Happy International Throw Innocent Civilian into incoming traffic, everyone! Remember, your crimes don't count on this day. Chuck as many of those frickers as you want. So because life is sad, and we need something to look forward to, there's occasionally special days based on popular media. These could spawn from being a special date from the media, a strange reference that matches the date of the month, an anniversary that gets celebrated worldwide, and several other ways. Whatever it is, a significant percent of fans will celebrate it, and occasionally even the creators will get into it. May the 4th, I'm talking about May the 4th. So I wanted to try and detail every pop culture holiday I could find. Now the last time I made a video with every in the title, I got a lot of people wishing for my demise, since I forgot stuff. And let me just say that, shockingly, despite popular belief that I have a full team of NASA's top scientists and engineers assisting me, I am just one guy recording on my phone in my basement with less than 600 subscribers. I am prone to make, using the technical term here, fricky wikis. So if I forget something, I'm sorry. I did get most though, including holidays from series I've never heard of. So bear with me. Happy Leif Erikson Day, everyone. Here is every pop culture holiday, in calendar order.
January, sick and tired, you've been hanging on me.
January 2nd may not start off the year, but it does start us off with one of the weirdest ones in this video. The absolutely massive and rabid Brady Bunch fandom, as you all know, loves to celebrate January 2nd in honor of Jerry Ricci, who replaced Eve Plum as Jan Brady, making her Jan 2. Expect this quality of pun going on. The next one, January 10th, is the first double holiday. For one, there's Alaska Young Day, honoring the day she dies in the film Looking for Alaska. And Suzzletag, which is surprisingly not a slur, but instead a holiday from Gumball that takes place after Christmas, where you listen to grindcore, wear leather, and wait for our Lord and Savior Suzzle Dude to come out of the toilet and give you gifts. Soon, in a perfect world, January 13th will be celebrated for being the birth of the one and only Chaka! I'm gonna lose my voice sooner or later. Being at first the character's first appearance, before coming his official birthday in universe after fans treated it as such. I'm gonna be worried of holidays if it's just celebrating an anniversary or if it's celebrating the birth of a real person, unless it's acknowledged officially by the creators or some other notable person. The first of those is National Winnie the Pooh Day, landing on January 18th, thanks to it being creator A.A. Mills, also known as Mills' birthday. Disney has acknowledged that this is the official Pooh Day. One day later, we go from Pooh to Poe. Famed poet Edgar Allan Poe was born on this day, which in a vacuum isn't super notable, but for a solid 75 years, a still currently unknown person, dubbed the Poe Toaster, which isn't as funny as I was hoping, would go to Poe's grave, drink wine, and leave roses. This tradition's last hurrah was on Poe's 200th birthday, in 2009, and again, the person, or most likely persons, in question were never identified. And to end off this month, the first triple. Starting with sports. I love sports. I love when they touch down the puck into the tennis court. After a 2-year record of going 1-31, the Cleveland Browns dubbed the day Hugh Jackson Day, spelled like this, by the way, not Wolverine, in mocking honor of their coach. After that is Halloween January, from BoJack Horseman, which is exactly what it sounds like. The final one is a reference to Persona 3. It's an old game. Let's get forward a couple seconds to avoid spoilers. January 31st is the day C's fought Nyx to stop the world. I never played Persona. What do these words mean? The first 3 days of February all get holidays. The first of the month is Precure Day, honoring the air date of the first episode of Pretty Cure. Apparently Japan themselves even recognizes this as a holiday. You'll still notice real-life holidays are usually off limits for sharing dates with pop culture holidays, but for obvious reasons, Groundhog's Day is the exception. In addition to the actual holiday, expect a lot of references to the Bill Murray movie or the only good Super Bowl ad in the last decade. We then get to what's not only my favorite holiday here, but the only one that instead of happening every year, happens every century. And everyone watching this will be dead before they can celebrate it. How fun! I'm referring to 2319, in honor of my favorite film, Monsters, Inc. On February 3rd of 2019, there's a lot of reference to the iconic call sign. I shall freeze myself, so I shall be able to see the second 2319. But this day isn't all happy. Ever wondered what the line, "the day the music died," in American Pie was referring to? Well, it's referring to this date. An unfortunate plane crash killed famous musicians Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and J.P. Richardson. An annual concert is held in Clear Lake, Iowa to honor the band on this date. Skipping 3 days, Mewtwo was born on the 6th. This is the first pop culture holiday I knew of, besides the big two, and I'm always happy to see people wishing this freaky mutant cat alien happy birthday every year. The day before Valentine's Day is dubbed Galentine's Day, thanks to Park and Rec. On this day, girls spend time with their female friends. I sadly cannot celebrate this holiday due to not having female friends. And other problems. In the SpongeBob episode, Employee of the Month, SpongeBob claims that a no screwer day is coming up. Being the complete normal fan base it is, everyone banded together to find the exact day this landed on, before landing in February. Not only is this widely accepted in the fan base, the official SpongeBob Twitter acknowledged it as well. And we're back in Pokemon. The 27th of the month is officially Pokemon Day, as the company has stated as such, and ever since 2016 has done something in honor of it. The reason being simply that that's when Red and Blue were released. Finally, the end of the month, not counting leap year, which I'm generally shocked there was no corresponding holiday, to honor the Shadow Moses incident from Metal Gear, where the Black Ops unit Foxhound stages a revolt against America. This is actually what happened in real life. Don't let your schools lie to you. March is not only the second most iconic holiday here, but also the most by far of any month. Even before I watched Friendship is Magic, I knew how popular this one random background pony, Darby Hooves, was. An MLP fan site decided the first of the month is her day, where you can celebrate by baking muffins and write letters to friends. After this one is one I kind of feel like shouldn't count, Dr. Seuss Day. It's his birthday, but I do vaguely remember as a kid celebrating this at school by reading his books and wearing the cat's hat, which is a trend that continues to this day. Persona 3 again, skip or don't. Again, I don't know any of these words coming from my mouth are. The main character dies on this date to seal the previously mentioned Nyx. The Big Lebowski will always be a film that holds one of the weirdest fan reactions in history. One of its oddities is the Day of the Dude. On the 6th of March, the film's release date, you simply follow in the footsteps of the dude and act like him. March 9th has 3 holidays. The first of 3 Gundam-related ones is Zaku Day. Now it's worth explaining the term Guaranese number. In rough detail, Japan has numbers that have multiple different pronunciations, and Guaranese tends to exploit this for wordplay when reading each number out by itself. For example, 1 is he, 6 is ro, together is hero, which is why a lot of anime protagonists are 16. 3 can be read as za, 9 can be read as ku, hence the date. Keep this in mind as most anime holidays are thanks to this. The other 2 are Barbie Day, thanks to the anniversary of when Barbie was first revealed, and Miku Day, which makes sense since Miku is more or less the Japanese Barbie, right? Has done every job, everyone knows them, no one knows their watered universe. They're the same. The difference is that Miku is better, since as far as I know, Barbie never collabed with Teenage Robot. Our categories. 9 is still Ku here, but 3 can also be read as me. March 10th is Mario Day. Do I even need to explain this one? Splatoon fans desperately wanted their own Mario Day, so we got March 13th, aka Marie Day, in honor of the lesser Squid Sister, because we here honor Callie 24/7. On this day, the amount of booty butt naked Marie art plaguing my Twitter feed is going from 95% of what's on there to 99%. Also on this day, for various reasons, the band 113 performs an extended concert. After that is the day that crabs fries! I've seen this same joke for around a decade, but will always make me smile. This is the day in the SpongeBob movie where crabs were set to be killed by King Neptune. Because why wouldn't we honor the death of someone? While Plankton may be the most iconic Nick villain, every kid knows that March 15th is the day that Crocker is at his meanest. Another one I loved. Why shouldn't we honor someone torturing children? After that, famous wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin wore a shirt with the Bible verses 316 on it. So WWE honored this day as his. Categories numbers 183 becomes Yama, the character from Osamatsu-kun. This is his day. Celebrate him. Or die. Or something, I don't know anything about this character.
March 20th?
It's gonna be an awesome March 20th! This March 20th gets double thumbs up all the way, baby! Woo! It's March 20th!
March is a huge month for Fairy Odd Parents, I guess. As before the overuse and abuse of Cosmo being a moron, we were enlightened by finding out that March 22nd was the day he had an idea. Goes double if it's on a Wednesday. A lot happened in the film Breakfast Club, but none of it would have happened if everyone didn't get detention on March 24th, so honor it well. Finally, oh boy, more sports, come on down. In the 51st Super Bowl, the Falcons were dominating the game against the Patriots 3-28. Then they weren't. Laugh at the Falcons. They lost their punch. You see guys, that's something I do understand.
April, come she will.
Gotta skip a couple days to the 5th for First Contact Day. In the film Star Trek First Contact, this date in the year 2036, the time humans first contacted the Vulcans. This date was chosen because of the co-writer's son's birthday. Oh, another one I know quite literally nothing about, but apparently there's a film called Empire Records, which focuses on a fictional musician named Rex Manning. And this film takes place all over one day. So the 8th is Rex Manning Day. April 13th is when Homestuck started, and main character John Egbert was born. So it's John Egbert Day. Never made me talk about Homestuck again. Never expected Tremors of all things to have an unofficial holiday. But the 14th is Burt Gummer Day. The 15th is Taxes Day. So before that, honor the guy who's well known for not paying taxes by, I don't know, killing worms in your backyard or something. Anime. It's National Anime Day. You're only allowed to watch anime on this day. If you watch it any other day, you will be publicly executed. April 20th is best well known as 420 Day. It's also well known as the birth date of Lucina from Fire Emblem. Every Final character has a birth date, but Lucina, being one of the most popular characters, and because, 420, is the one that's usually the most celebrated. So that's why I'm mentioning her. In Doctor Who, on April 23rd, 1969, Nice Assailant was guarding a time paradox. I guess that warrants a holiday. In the film Miss Congeniality, a literal-minded character gives March 25th as an example of a perfect date. So yep, that's a holiday now. William Shatner, who's in the film, mentioned that it was a holiday. The game Stanley Parable has the titular character have the employee number 427, so the date also holds significance for the fandom. The remaster of Stanley Parable released on this date as well. Metal Gear Solid 2 has a decontamination facility infiltrated on April 29th, and this date is brought up by someone in the game several times, becoming a bit of a meme. This actually lasted until the 30th, so that crosses over to that date. And that also gets us to the final two holidays here. Pico is the mascot, more or less, of Newgrounds, and to honor both him and the site, April 30th is officially Pico Day, chosen as the birthday of Tom Fulp, creator of both Pico and Newgrounds. Finally, an interesting one, this is Bugs Bunny Day, honoring his first appearance in the short Porky's Hare Hunt from 1938. But several official sources list July 27th, 1940 as his first appearance. Despite this, National Bugs Day is still considered here, so that's where I'm placing it. 10 of the first 11 dates in May are considered pop culture holidays, so let's waste no time. Before we get to the obvious one, Star Wars starts us off here with 501 Day, in honor of the group of clone troopers that followed Anakin and Ahsoka in Clone Wars. Also, NSYNC's song, It's Gonna Be Me, vaguely sounds like it's gonna be May, so I'll celebrate it here. It would have made more sense to be celebrated on April 30th, but that would mean 4 holidays on one day, and that would cause the universe to collapse. In 2012, then British Prime Minister David Cameron declared March 2nd to be Harry Potter Day, chosen because that's the day of the Battle of Hogwarts happened. Clearly, the best day to honor this series is the day that half the cast died. Then of course, May the 4th, the single most iconic pop culture holiday, with Star Wars things being either announced or released yearly on this date. A date so iconic, it got 2 spin-offs, Revenge of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th, both referencing the funny Reddit meme movie. Nothing super unique about these days, nor do they have anything different about them between them. Going back a bit, May 5th is also Phase Day, as the main character of Kamen Rider 555 uses the activation code, 555. Back to Doctor Who, the episode Curse of the Black Spot takes place on the 7th. So that's a holiday. Can you tell I've never seen Doctor Who? Motorhead fans celebrate the 8th of May because it sounds like their most iconic song, Ace of Spades. It doesn't, and Motorhead fans are stupid. And they smell bad. Hey, it's me, Goku Day! That Gregori's numbers, 509 can be pronounced as Go and Ku. Hence we celebrate the guy who would totally lose to Superman. This is a joke, please don't debate this. However, it's not the only Dragon Ball holiday this day, because every May 9th will be celebrated as Piccolo Day. Ending this streak out, Goodfellas Day is celebrated on the 11th, as the main character is arrested on this day. Worth noting this only applies to the movie. The real guy this is based on was arrested in April. Sounds like Yoda Day, the 21st is. Too many Star Wars holidays May has. The one singular person no one hates, Mr. Rogers, used 143 to represent the phrase, I love you, with the 23rd honoring that. As for why it's this date, it's the 143rd day of the year, and we end earlier than normal on the 25th, again with 3 holidays. The glorious 25th of May is a reference to Night Watch Discworld. I'm not super familiar with this, but for some reason, it involves fans carrying around lilacs. In the 3rd chapter of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's detailed why towels are the most epic thing ever. After the passing of the author, Towel Day was created 2 weeks after to honor him. Some fans of both Hitchhikers and Discworld will even have towels embroidered with lilacs, but neither would dare to associate with the final holiday that ends on this date. Do you want to know what it is? Want to take a wild guess? You want to know what it is? Haha? You know what it is? Star Wars Day. Again! Los Angeles continues to have no good ideas and decided to declare the 25th as Star Wars Day as it's when New Hope released. As if the entire reason this video exists doesn't exist. I say we start a war against Los Angeles to right this wrong and or make me mayor. A shorter one. June 3rd starts off with the day Phineas and Ferb's 104 days summer vacation starts. June 5th is the Feast of Maximum Occupancy, a holiday made up by Homer Simpson. On this date, you feast on maximum I don't know. Some of these really push the definition of holiday. Skipping all the way to the 12th, we have Motherfucker! Yep, another Homestuck. This is the date the Trolls session started. Another double, first is Bloom Day, based on the novel Ulysses. It's when the book takes place. It's also the star date of the first Star Trek episode, The Pegasus, so it's honored as Picard Day. Without diving too much into spoilers, the time loop in Higurashi starts on June 19th, so it's celebrated with the fanbase. Okay, this one makes me super happy. Stitch has the experiment number of 626, so June 26th is Stitch Day, but it goes deeper than that. Obviously, Disney acknowledges that, but some fans take it to a full Stitch week, honoring the other major experiments, starting with the 24th and Angel, then Reuben, 27, and skipping 28th to 29th for Leroy. But on an especially heartwarming note, the ban against same-sex marriage was overruled on this date in 2015. So the openly gay co-writer of the film, Dean DeLuise, posted this art, leaving Stitch to be a minor gay icon. No one gets left behind. Also, the best experiment Richter is number 513. Get on it! And a simple one to end us off, Sailor Moon's birthday is June 30th. Yeah. So we're halfway through this video, so I'm going to take a quick break to talk about all the holidays that aren't specific to a certain date. If the 20th of a month falls on Thursday, expect this Simpsons image to be spammed. One of the few that can potentially appear multiple times a year. The Friday before AFL and the first Tuesday in November are national holidays in Australia. I know nothing about sports, and all I know about Australia is kangaroos, so that's it here. Friday the 13th is a double holiday. One is Mr. Rogers King's Friday's birthday, and the other is... The last Friday in October is Frankenstein's Day. If you say it should be Frankenstein's Monsters Day, I remove your organs and recreate you into a flesh golem. The Funny Lost comic has the final week of January be Winter and Moss, a celebration of all things gamer. Finally, we have two in-universe holidays. Beethoven's Day from Peanuts. We don't actually know his birthday, by the way. We know that he was baptized, not his birth. The other is J.R.R. Tolkien Day from South Park, to honor mishearing his friend's name as Tolkien for years. In reality, Tolkien Black actually hates Tolkien. Society. Starting June, again, not a sports guy, but MLB player Bobby Bonilla is legit the closest thing we have to a Sigma male in real life. He managed to swindle himself a deal that would get him to be paid $1 million every single July 1st, despite planning on leaving his team and later retiring. He is still getting paid that payment and will until 2035. Actual Chad. The game company Bungie is obsessed with the number 7, so as a joke, July 7th is Bungie Day, acknowledged in Halo 3. The main and most iconic Gundam is RX-782, and as such, July 8th is his day. The Japanese Anniversary Association, which thank God this exists, it makes my life so much easier, has declared July 10th to be Ultraman Day, due to being his first appearance. The only day that matters, Pittsburgh has declared July 13th to be Jeff Goldblum Day. This should be a worldwide holiday. Far less importantly, it's also World Rock Day. July 23rd honors the first appearances of two of the most iconic characters in fiction, and both of them were acknowledged by their creators and were usually paired with announcements, those being Batman and Sonic. The prophecy is true. Finally, July 31st is Harry Potter's birthday. It was chosen as such because it's also J.K. Rowling's birthday. It, isn't as celebrated nowadays. So we're slowly getting to the end of this video, but let me just check what August 1st is. Oh, and also Spider-Man Day, because it's the first appearance, and Marvel celebrates it Digi-Day, as is the day of the digestion from Digimon. Going back to the digital world, Digi no longer feels like a real word. 810 counts like bio, which means it's Bionicle Day, baby, that's right! The creators of South Park encouraged people to celebrate the series on April 13th, the start of the show. The manga The Prince of Tennis holds an event called Happy Summer Valentines, celebrating the end of summer, which the Kid and Phineas and Ferb fan of me is saying we should never celebrate, which fans send in chocolates to their favorite characters as a vote. Again, no idea what I'm just saying. Also on the 15th is Clock Day, honoring a newgrounds animation named B. It is literally just the letter B for a couple of seconds. The internet has been downhill ever since. To tie in with the release of the movie, Toronto has dubbed April 20th Paw Patrol Day. Yep, that sells it. Blowing up Canada. On April 27th, 2022, George Jetson was born. We'll soon have flying cars, guys! Power Rangers. First episode, August 28th. Officially recognized. The only good thing about this show is the pumpkin wrapper. And then with month off is one that's special to me. Dipper and Mabel from Gravity Falls were born on August 31st. It was fitting that they're born in the final month of summer. Either way, we can honor their perfect childhood experiences like holy frick.
It was September.
The month that's only notable because it happens to be before the 3 best months starts the same time Hogwarts terms start. We'll never get started officially, weep. On the same day, the musical Heathers starts with a line referencing this date, so it's celebrated with its fans. The final Gundam Day, the new Gundam's model, is RX-93, so his special day falls here. Star Trek Day, Air Day, official acknowledgement, this lizard guy is hot. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't need to explain this one. What I do need to explain is 909 Day. On September 9th, 1999, the robot mascots of Daft Punk, yes, sadly, those are not their real faces, were born.
It is also Cerno Day based on the character from Tahoe, which I included in the script but forgot to record because I'm a dunderhead.
The show Frasier takes place in Seattle, but it's not recorded there. It was a big deal for its 1000th episode on September 11th. It was actually filmed there. It was celebrated as a holiday. For unknown reasons, this isn't celebrated anymore. Secondary character of Kamen Rider uses the code 913. So yep, pass the holiday sauce. After 2 decades of losing, Ash finally won the Pokemon League on September 15th. Fans celebrate the only notable sports event that's ever created by making it a day of Holly. Do you remember? Oh, and also on this date, Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors lands on Earth. In the musical only. In the film, it's the 23rd. Because September is an awful month, let's celebrate the world is facing a horrific global event of zombies affecting us all. And finally, September 30th is my birthday. So if any writer needs a date, it's there. October starts with a lot of holidays, but as the month goes on, starts getting less and less. Well, likely not to compete with Halloween. We started off with the funny Linkin Park joke, wake me up when September ends. As my birthday is the day prior, I kinda hated this joke, because I kept having to hear it. Researching this has given me a new reason to hate it. Why was this date chosen? The lead singer's father died this day, and it was made to honor him. The band has asked people to stop making jokes about it. And nowadays, this holiday is more well known for people mocking those who make these jokes than playing it straight. Also, miraculously, all 7 main characters of Umbrella Academy were born on this day. The Elric brothers from Fullmetal Alchemist do the normal kid thing of burning down their house. And to remember it, Ed writes the date down on his pocket watch. Also on this day, Caddy from Mean Girls reminisces about how a boy asked her on a date. There was actually a Broadway musical of this, and they offered a discount on this date, which is really fun. Just like Hiroshi, October 4th holds significance for Umineko fans, but no spoilers here. Jimothy Bond Day is the 5th because it's when the first Bond film came out. I was going to ask why it wasn't on 007, then I realized, oh yeah, I'm stupid. In most Alice in Wonderland adaptations, the Mad Hatter has a card on his hat that reads 10-6. So that's the date to act all crazy and stuff. I Love Lucy's first episode aired on the 15th, and reruns of it are common on that date. And the final one, Doc and Marty go to the far-off future of October 21st, 2015. And that specific date is majorly celebrated. Even after that year, though, it's still a relatively popular date. November is pretty short, starting with a show you never heard of, The Cry of Man, having a made-up holiday on the 2nd called Truel Day, which involves baking lemon muffins. The main character of Mass Effect is part of the team of special forces called N7, so the only month that starts with N gets this holiday. Sesame Street started on the 10th, and being the only show that have more than 200 episodes that's still good, it rightfully got a holiday. Next is, no! Stop! Release me from this! The Elf Kids start their session here. Life Day, the ever-great Star Wars holiday special, was determined to be on the 17th. So you would believe we're going to celebrate it by watching weird, basically porn, and B. Arthur saving her bar. Steamboat Willie came out on the 18th, so it's Mickey Mouse Day. Pete also appears in this, and more importantly, first appeared in February 15th. Yeah, I don't see a holiday for him, so they won't see mercy. Another Gorory's Day. E's Japanese name, Ivu, sound like the words for 1121, so it's another big day in Japan. And finally, the Let's Play channel Oni Plays has Pazinski Day, where you squint and eat spaghetti while in a swimsuit. I'll say this for the OnlyFans cut.
Once upon a December.
And we're finally in the final month. This is a short one since they didn't want to deal with Christmas. If you squint really, really hard, number 4 looks like the letter A. December has a big D. Dragon Age, yay! Skipping 11 days, we have Otaku Day in Japan. The day where you celebrate nothing. You cannot celebrate being an anime. You are a loser. I should know, I made this video. The unnecessarily long Answer the Telephone like Buddy the Elf Day is exactly what it sounds like. You answer the phone by asking what someone's favorite color is. It's green, that's the objective answer. The Daleks first appeared on this date in 1963, and since they're such an important part of the show, they have their own holiday. I was not expecting Doctor Who to have so many holidays. I think it has the most after Star Wars. Oh, it's also Rush Day, thanks to the band having the album 2112. Festivus is a non-denominational holiday made by writer Daniel O'Keefe. But what we put here is Seinfeld, where there's an episode celebrating it. What do you do on Festivus varies from person to person, but the Seinfeld version has you show feats of strength, a meal, and you air your grievances. Alright. I don't know, Doc. My life's just been so hard as of recent. Have you tried turning it on and off again? I don't think that's really applicable. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a therapist. I just killed a guy who was wearing his coat. It's really comfortable. Well, I'm not gonna be able to recover from this. Maybe you should get a therapist to get help with this. And finally, December 24th has 2 holidays. Yeah, surprisingly, nothing after Christmas. The existence of those dates already feel like they're up to date, so it's understandable. The play Rent has the opening line, December 24th, 9 a.m. So fans listen to the song, or even the whole musical, at this time. And finally, while Christmas may be the next day, Almost Christmas means it's not Christmas. It's hosted by the Ace Attorney fandom on the 24th. But nowadays, as accustomed to things related to Christmas, people complaining about its overuse is far more common than actually seeing it. You guys just love to complain, don't you? Oh god, why is all I want for Christmas is you keep getting played days and days sooner every year? I don't know. Maybe it's because you keep searching it up every year, making it, of course, become more popular. Grah! And there you go. Every holiday that the internet made up to tie into a piece of media. There's obviously a lot of dates not included, so hey, if you're an aspiring writer, use some of the dates that aren't used. Maybe one day in like a decade or so, I can make another one of these videos and we'll have every single day of the year filled out. Please do one for my holiday. Please, I will literally kill.
Well, Krabs, you know what today is? Sorry about this, calendar.